I'm gonna screw those last lines, cause I don't care. So I'm gonna read from here, and screw you guys.
Alright. Okay.
I swung open the door of the camp's leader's cabin, and rushed inside, as if jumping into the last car of a departing train. It didn't turn out to
Can
be
the
the best
title of this?
idea, because inside I found Olga Dmitrievna, who was
How much did we
changing.
just skip?
I don't.
Can this entire video just be called "We Get Flashed"?
It's just this was it. She waved goodbye and a couple minutes. Really, let's play home.
Oh, so it's like 3 lines?
Yeah, you didn't miss much.
Oh, okay.
That. Wow, this. Okay. Who was changing?
What?
I froze on the spot, trying not to breathe. Finally, the camp leader noticed me.
Semyon, you perv.
I looked away immediately.
Have you heard of knocking? Now get out.
Don't
we
even get a
get to see
picture. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that was real clumsy.
I assume that's because the Steam version says no, no, no.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, I'll look for a mod later. I need to see that.
That's for our second playthrough.
Fudge, did you read that?
What?
Did
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, that was real clumsy.
Although I did not enjoy the. Oh. Although I did enjoy the sight.
Wish we did.
Olga Dmitrievna followed me out in a minute.
Here, take this. Now it is your home too. Just knock.
She handed me a key. I put it in my pocket.
Home. Of course, if you disregard how fantastical the current events were, this camp was far from being the worst place on Earth, but to call it home? Just after one day spent here. I doubt I'll ever be able to do so.
Alright, let's go. We're late.
But what about the sandwiches?
Just eat them on the way. It's not like there'll be pictures or anything.
We were passing along the lines of the pioneers' cabins while I was tucking into the ham sandwiches, and Olga Dmitrievna kept on talking and talking.
I was talking into the ham sandwich.
Okay, let's see. I got the pillow ready. Now all I need is a ham sandwich to tuck myself in.
Just tuck and roll into those ham sandwiches.
Wait.
She was buzzing like a game of Operation with Parkinson's. I'm funny.
Okay.
But I cared about nothing but the food.
Understood?
Huh?
You weren't listening?
Sorry.
Today is the first day of your new life as a pioneer. And you should try to do your best so that it becomes a happy life.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm serious. A pioneer has many duties, great responsibilities conferred upon him to participate in social work to help his juniors to study and study and study again. And my tooth problems, man. We here are all like one big fat family. And you will become a part of it.
Yeah, a part. I'd even sign a party membership card if it could save me from listening to this nonsense.
I hope that after your term here is over, you'll keep the most pleasant memories about our camp, and disregard the other ones. Memories that will last your whole life.
And when will this term end?
Why do you keep asking silly things?
You brought it up. It seems I won't get any information from her.
A shame, really. This world appears to be so friendly, but it never bothered to introduce itself to me.
Perhaps now I can take things somewhat easier than yesterday?
It seems like I have some unspoken ceasefire with it. It isn't trying to hurt me, but I'm forbidden from asking questions. Of course, the situation isn't a pleasant one, but what can I do about it? A bad peace is better than a good dispute.
The most important thing for you now is to make the best of your time you will spend here.
I'll do my best.
Honestly, I was very tired of this conversation.
Me too.
It'd be good to know where that here is. But we came to the square. The pioneers were already lined up.
What, is somebody not here yet?
Nope, all here.
She looked around at her brave pioneer troops.
Alright, go stand somewhere. I'm not assigning seats today.
Weird. Why did she tell me that there are no more sleeping places?
While the chief was running her... What?
What did any of that have to do with sleeping places?
Maybe he's about to mention that there's like 2 people here.
Oh, okay.
While the chief was running her mouth about our plans for the week, I stared at the people. A few heads away
They're
from
all
me
horrible looking.
stood Ezreal, a little further, Lena and Slavia, and at the end of the line, Ilyana and Eliza.
Oh my god.
Everyone I had met was here.
Olga Dmitrievna spoke about some competitions, and I turned my attention to the monument.
Genda.
I couldn't remember any revolutionary with a similar name. He had a weird posture too, as if he was looking around with distrust, maybe contempt or even disdain.
Probably some local leader.
She have tears in her eyes. What's up with that?
I think so, yeah.
About to cry already.
Oh.
I feel like the only happy one is the
Wait,
evil
have we
one at
met the
very
black-haired chick yet?
No, we haven't met this
Don't
person.
think so, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ezreal.
That's Brian's voice.
Ezreal.
Daydreaming again?
Slavia
Oh,
brought me back to
God.
reality.
Now I know how Zach feels.
Olga Dmitrievna stood nearby.
Still remember the plan for the week?
The plan? I'll never forget the plan.
Perfect.
She looked at Slavia.
I swear if I talk to him. Did you bring it? Yes.
Slavia handed me a piece of paper.
It's a checklist. Here are 4 tasks to check off. Do it all today. Or die. Before you start, sign up for a club. There are some clubs in the clubhouse, a musical club in the separate building. Then visit the infirmary. And finally visit the library. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
The checklist seemed like a good chance to find out something, since I had to go to places I haven't been before.
Then come on, start right now.
What about lunch?
Oh,
Don't worry, I'll bring you some more sandwiches. The checklist is more important.
No, sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
That's what it said.
Good luck.
They departed too fast for me to ask anything else.
Missed breakfast, now I'll miss lunch too.
What do you mean you tucked into that ham sandwich?
This ain't good. Maybe I'll manage it in time somehow. Lunch starts at 1 p.m. Then again, if I go there, I might miss a place from the checklist. Okay, it's too early to go to the canteen anyway.
Ooh. Do we pick? Ah.
Whoa, here we go.
Ah.
I say
Clubhouse.
go to the music club.
Why the music club?
Well, I thought we were supposed to go to the club room first.
Is that
F the rules.
Yeah, go to that tree on the top right. outside.
we're going to the forest?
I'm escaping.
It's the top left.
Do we really want to go to the...
No, top right outside the borderline, that tree on top.
We're gone. Go to the old building.
Wait, that island is called Long Island, like New
Ah.
York.
This one's closest one island.
Yeah, it is the closest one.
Depending on where
Wait,
you are
every-
if you're over here.
Like every cube inside there, do you have the option to go to, or is it only the
Nah, it's just-
orange ones?
Yeah, it's just these.
Alright.
There's badminton.
I want to go to
That's my kinda-
badminton.
I want to go to badminton.
I want to go to Waka.
No, WC stands for water closet.
I know what it is.
I didn't.
You're an idiot.
Really? Oh, what do these 2 letters stand for? It's fucking dunnies. Don't at me.
Shut up, idiot. We're going to the clubhouse.
How about you shut up? Flipping smart ass over there.
I went to the clubhouse. To tell the truth, I never really liked extracurricular activities. At school, I used to find any excuse to skip extra classes. At university, I had no interest in participating in the student council. I wasn't interested in boxing, aero modeling, or sewing. Yes, those are very common ones. So I came here just to check off the box. Nobody was there. I found myself in something like a hut of a junior robot enthusiast. There were wires and a simple printed circuit scattered everywhere. Chips, and on the table proudly stood an oscillograph. I heard voices from another room, and then two pioneers appeared. One was Ezreal, the other one I didn't know.
Hey, Simeon, we've been expecting you.
Brian, we have a voice for you.
It seems he knows everything about everyone. Why were you expecting me?
Well, of course, because you came to sign up for a cybernetics club, didn't you?
He didn't let me answer.
And this is Shurik. He's in charge here.
I assume there's only 2 of you in this club?
Well, you can say that. It's 3 now.
Sharik came up to me and assertively offered his hand. His face was somewhat familiar.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome,
That-
Squidward.
That sounded like Ed. Yeah.
Welcome to the club, Double D.
Now, I'll show you around.
I have to distinguish it from Ray.
Make yourself at home.
I ain't complaining. Or guys, I just wanted to.
We're always welcoming new members.
It really is that.
What I'm saying.
Can't even read. He said it in such a way that the anthem of the Soviet Union suddenly started playing in my head.
Okay.
Wait. If he's Ed, doesn't that make my blonde Double D for other reasons?
Oh, it's amazing! I even remember the words. In the first grade, I had a textbook with the lyrics in the back.
No, I just wanted you to sign my checklist.
Yep, you sign up for the club. We'll sign your checklist.
He grinned. I was getting ready for a long and boring argument, but then I heard someone enter. I
Well,
looked back
speaking of Double D.
and saw Slovia.
Ah, Semyon, I hope you're not giving you any trouble.
She narrowed her eyes, looking at the future
How
of the
does she
motherland's
not
robotics
trip on
industry.
her own hair?
It's not that far down.
I know these two. They can.
Well, actually, I just need to get my checklist signed.
I decided to take advantage of the situation.
No problem. Give it to me.
Slovia took the paper and marched up to Sharik.
Sign it.
Hold on, we're not done yet.
You're done. Sign it now.
Oh, poor Sharik. Look at it, he just wants a new friend. She gave Sharik such a threatening look that it made him lose every possible objection. He wrote some squigglies on the checklist, and I thanked Slovia, then I moved on in a mellow mood.
Alright.
Was that it for Ed?
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe.
For
Music club.
Why do you want to go to the music club so badly?
I thought because it was my suggestion.
Fine.
It was the next one anyway.
The music club, a small one-level building, was located some distance from the other camp buildings. I opened the door and entered without hesitation. There were enough instruments for a whole orchestra in here. Drums, guitars, even a piano. I spent some time looking closely at every instrument, wanting to guess the time period they were from, but suddenly I heard a crawling sound coming from underneath the piano. A girl.
Okay, this doesn't get censored by
No,
Steam.
no, that's perfectly okay.
Alright. A girl. Seems like she was looking for something.
She was
I
standing
feel
on all
uncomfortable.
fours in such a suggestive pose that I hesitated to speak at first.
Excuse me.
Chris, you
Oh.
want to be blue-haired girl?
I already have 2 things, I shouldn't take another.
Ah! Who's there?
She tried to stand up, but the bottom of the piano prevented her from doing so.
Ouch! He's going for the opposite of Ray right now.
She struggled out.
Sorry I scared you.
It's nothing. Oh, you got a checklist. You must be new here.
It's not like a Simpsons character.
I know. I was just thinking like a warped Marge.
Yeah.
See, I want to
kinda
think she's
blue hair.
attractive, but I want to think she's attractive, but then there's just Brian's voice.
Makes it a wee bit difficult.
Ah, yes.
My name is Miku.
You're really making this hard for me, Brian.
No, really consider.
I can tell he's very serious in this voice.
Nobody believes me, but it's my real name. My mother is Japanese. My dad met her when he was building. Well, it wasn't him who was building. He's an engineer. And he was working on a nuclear power plant there. Or a dam. Or a bridge. Whatever.
It doesn't even sound like Brian anymore.
Hey, do you want some cough medicine?
She was
Oh,
talking
dude.
so fast she swallowed half the words she tried to pronounce. Yeah, you can say
God, I
that.
can relate to that right now.
I'm Semyon.
Great. Want to be in our club? It's only me here now. But there will be 2 of us then. Do you play anything?
When I became antisocial, I bought a guitar and learned a few chords, but then I forgot about it, since I quit everything that required more than a couple hours to learn.
You know, I wasn't planning to do anything like that, really.
Oh, it's okay. I'll teach you. Maybe a trumpet, for example? How about a violin? I know it all, honestly.
There was no point in arguing with the orchestra girl, since there was only another cascade of words waiting to blast at me.
Hey, I'll think about it. Can you just sign it for now?
Yes, sure, give it to me. Be sure to come around. I sing too. I'll sing you some Japanese folk songs.
His laugh is matching the voice. I'm tearing up.
Or maybe if you're not into that, something more contemporary.
Oh my god.
Sure. Thanks. I gotta go now.
Gotta go, Pie, stop talking!
I'm losing it.
Of course, come anytime.
My god.
The end of
I
her
just
sentence
play all the
stayed the
characters that only get like 4 lines.
same. We'll see on that one. It might be nice to hang around with a guitar in the evening, but in such company. I turned to leave and came face to face with Eliza. She eyed me suspiciously.
Why did you come? The checklist? Got it signed?
Oh my god.
Yes.
She's
Then
back.
move it.
Eliza went inside and I hurried to leave the place.
Infirmary.
Okay.
How about we go to the WC? What's the point of visiting the infirmary?
This is where we're just gonna find out Zach.
My health was fine. The fresh local air clearly did me some good. I felt fresher than usual.
But I just have to visit it.
I entered.
Wait, no, this is gonna be a young kid there. What's her face?
A common infirmary, like my school's doctor room.
Oh, hello, ma'am.
Oh, it's got 2 different colored eyes.
You're like that one dog that Cody had.
What? Oh, I never get that. Okay.
Cody had a dog with 2 different eye colors. A middle-aged woman sat at the table. Obviously, she was a nurse.
It will.
She gazed intently at me, assessing me while continuing to write something.
We all have
Well,
two
hello
voices.
there, Pioneer.
Said the nurse without being distracted from her work.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I have something. Sit down, please.
I looked around the room.
On the couch.
I sat down.
Strip.
Please don't
I
talk
really
to me like
emphasize
that. She said all of it with that even tone.
Brian, this is how you make a female character.
What for? To inspect, to escalate, to check
Asseltade.
on your health. Really?
That means to touch.
To assultate, to check on your health, you know.
I'm just kidding.
By the way, my name is Violetta, but you can call me Voila.
Viola.
It's voila. It's voila. She turned to me.
What are you here for, darling? Strip.
It was waiting.
But I have no health issues. I've got this.
I neatly gave her the paper.
Later, darling. I'm just gonna darling to every end of it.
She took the stethoscope off her neck, seeming like she intended to probe me with it. But then someone knocked on the door. The nurse
14-year-old.
answered unwillingly.
Come in.
In a moment, the door opened widely, and Ezreal rushed inside.
Oh my god.
Hello. I fell during a football game. Nonsense, of course. I'm okay. But Olga Dmitrievna.
There was a massive bruise under Ezreal's eye.
I doubt that could be a football injury. Sit down, darling. I'll have a look.
She said to him.
And you, pass me your checklist.
The nurse quickly signed it and continued.
If something hurts, come to me immediately, Pioneer.
I decided not to answer and went out, closing the door behind me.
That nurse is surely something else.
It's an abrupt ending.
Yeah.
We have now left. Actually, I love reading, but spending my days in the library under the current circumstances was well beyond my scope. So I'd better hurry up with this checkpoint. As I stepped inside, a memory from my childhood emerged in my head. It was very vivid. I'm 7 or 8 years old. I'm at the library with my mum. While she's looking through the books I might need for my studies, I'm sitting in the corner and looking through their collection of comic books. Back then, I didn't know why they had so many, or why I couldn't take some with me. The notion of collective property was something my mind hadn't grasped yet at that age. However, back then, the whole concept of property was pretty hazy to me. This memory seemed even stranger now, while I was standing in this particular camp, where they might have managed to build communism in 3 years. Soviet symbolism was all over the place, and the shelves were full of related literature. Of course, I wasn't planning to read any of them, but getting acquainted with a full collection of books by Marx was the last thing on earth I would think of.
Where's the librarian?
I didn't spend much time looking for her. I looked closely. Short hair, thick glasses, rather cute face. She was snoring so peacefully, I couldn't just wake her up.
up!
I can wait. If she doesn't wake up in half an hour, maybe then.
I couldn't just sit there, so I took a random book from the nearest bookshelf. Arthur Schopenhauer, The World as Will and Representation.
Oh yeah, that's a good read.
I opened it roughly in the middle and started reading. Again.
Oh good god. We're not reading this, are we?
Yes, we are. Someone knocked on the door.
Thank you.
I closed the book quickly and put it back in its place.
What a nice habit, knocking on the door. I should pick it up.
It was Lena.
Oh,
Hi.
I smiled.
Hi, I just wanted to return a book.
She had the copy of Gone with the Wind that I saw yesterday.
Oh, Xenia is sleeping. I'll come back later.
I'm Vivek.
There.
Why'd we give it to that guy?
Hey, you
Fine,
can
don't
take.
give it to me.
You could have taken
It's
it. If you
I
wanted
just
it.
I wasn't paying attention. I turned around, surprised to look at her. She eyed me closely from behind her table.
Do you want it, Chris?
No, you
What is it you wanted?
I need you to check here on this list.
Give it to you.
She quickly signed the paper and gave it back to me. She had this look on her face that made me want to keep quiet.
I'm the librarian.
Lena came up to her to return her book. I thanked Xenia and went out. And then I blinked slowly. Finally, I got all the signatures. Now I had to go back to Olga Dmitrievna and give it to her. She was sitting in front of her cabin, reading a book. Doesn't look like a good role model for the perfect pioneer that she was planning to turn me into. Wonder if her responsibilities extended beyond giving fiery speeches at the lineup, scolding Ilyana, and getting involved in my moral, physical, and ideological growth.
Here.
I offered her my checklist. She placed it in her pocket without even looking at the signatures.
Great. I could have signed it myself without going anywhere.
Perfect. So did you meet our nurse?
Yeah.
For some reason, her question sent shivers down my spine.
Which club have you signed up for?
I didn't. I need to think first.
That's a pity. It's vital you sign in somewhere tomorrow.
Of course, sure.
Right, it's time to go to dinner.
About time. I was getting hungry.